Microfinance, which puts credit into the hands of poor entrepreneurs, is changing. And many overseas investors who've made money lending to the poor are now lending even more. But as WNPR's Sujata Srinivasan reports, in India, new regulations are addressing charges of exploitation by lenders.
Microfinance is an international business that connects people around the world. For-profit firms like Stamford-based Developing World Markets invest in microfinance institutions in India, who in turn give loans to poor entrepreneurs. A small corner at the end of a public road in an impoverished part of Chennai is a weekly gathering place for 27 women. They are all neighbors and members of a microfinance borrowing group. The meeting begins with a pledge to guarantee each other's loans. They also sing about women's financial empowerment. The businesses are home-based. One woman makes vadai, a savory donut delicacy. Another sells pickles. Sarla Kumari is among the top earners in this group. She owns 25 bicycles, lined up under an open shed in front of her house, and rents them out for 10 cents an hour to kids in the neighborhood. Her husband is a movie stuntman.
This cycle shop provides for our daily food, and when my husband was injured doing stunts in a movie shoot, I was able to pay for his medical treatment from my savings.
They managed, thanks to her business, and there's even money left to educate their 2 children. Kumari says entrepreneurship has empowered the women.
We've gained self-confidence. Earlier, we used to ask our husbands for everything. We want this, we want that, a new sari for our festival, school fees for the children. Now we bravely take loans and are able to repay because we run a business.
In Bengaluru, Manjula Ranganath, a 4th-generation weaver, has taken out a further loan of about $1,000 from Ujjivan, a microfinance company that's also funded by Stamford-based DWM. She and her husband, also a weaver, earn about $700 a month. The couple and their 2 children live in a 2-room rented house that's also their workshop. She says the loan has given her more control over her business.
Earlier, the shop owner determined the order quantity and also gave me the materials. This loan has enabled me to buy materials directly and sell the woven silk saris to many different shops.
Ranganath is one of more than 1 million borrowers from Ujjivan, and she's the kind of success story the industry likes to tout. But until recently, lenders commonly charged interest rates of up to 35%. 2 years ago, the image of microfinance took a staggering blow when a number of borrowers committed suicide, allegedly under coercion to pay up. Now, a microfinance regulatory bill is awaiting Parliament approval to become law. The Reserve Bank of India, or RBI, has capped the interest rate that microfinance institutions, MFIs, can charge at 26%.
The MFIs had to revise their business plans and ensure that within the kind of regulations that RBI has put in, whether MFIs can operate viably.
That's Sudha Suresh, the Chief Financial Officer of Ujjivan. She says despite the regulation, the market can still be profitable.
There has been a core push moving towards operating efficiencies and cost control, but definitely a reasonable level of return can be expected by our investors.
But the sector has contracted. During the crisis, loan portfolios shrunk from about $6 billion to $2 billion. Suresh says Ujjivan survived thanks to funding from overseas investors like Stamford's DWM. Despite the interest rate cap, Ujjivan posted a profit last year, and DWM is still making money. WNPR contacted DWM for comment on the story, but the firm did not respond. Another of its large investments in India is with Smile Microfinance. Chairman M. Satyamurthy says the returns are still attractive.
The ultra-poor are bankable. The repayment rate of the loan obtained is of the order of 99.9%.
Microfinance has proven to be indispensable for many impoverished women. In some communities, it's the only source of credit for the poor. But MFIs are not the solution to abject poverty. Economist D. Rajshekhar at the Institute for Social and Economic Change in Bengaluru.
Microfinance may provide a loan, but without sufficient and reliable social security, whatever little benefit that microfinance does to a household will be simply wiped out.
Critics say reducing poverty, not making profits, should be the goal of investors who finance the poor. But supporters of the microfinance model, like Yale University economist Dean Carlin, says you can do both.
The basic idea of people who have money looking for returns, and then there's opportunities in developing countries that have high returns, and that's what capitalism does, and that's a good thing. So let's compare it to just Coca-Cola going in and seeing an opportunity to expand its market in a particular country.
Carlin says money is starting to flow into the sector again. Some previous supporters of microfinance have lost faith in the model itself, but many are hoping the regulations will improve the quality of lending. Right now, no one knows for sure which way the industry will go. For WNPR, I'm Sujata Srinivasan, reporting from India.